Hey, mostly ladies. This is Shayna Melissa Stockman, currently in Long Island, New York. I have never gone live to my YouTube, and I hope that's where it's going. Yes. Okay. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Shayna Melissa Stockman. I'm currently in Long Island, New York. I have been a nurse now for 30 years, a registered nurse for 29, and a nationally board certified nurse practitioner for 3 decades. I'm licensed as an adult and a child health nurse practitioner since the 90s in excellent standing, not one incident ever. I'm a two-time #1 international best-selling author, a publisher, a certified dream builder, and I have some awards and things. So I just want to come on and share with you. Like I said, I apologize. This is my first time streaming live into YouTube like this, all by myself. So I just want to share with you a hot topic. And, sometimes we have to watch our words and things like that. That's why I'm going to host some classes, courses, and seminars on my own platform. But I want to talk to you first about a hot topic and then about upcoming news. Hot topic is this. I'm in the US, and as of several hours ago, actually yesterday, our CD passed a new recommendation for the little ones. And what that said was, you see this here? I'm going to call it for now. It is this one that's been around for the past couple of years. So the CDC passed yesterday a new recommendation that all of the children over 6 months old should have this for their school requirement, and it's going to be added to their school schedule. And next stop, they're going to try to push to get it every year like the flu one, every single year, because it's billions and billions and billions of dollars in sponsors. Let's be real. I don't usually talk political. I'm not like a doctor. I don't give orders. I will empower you. I will educate you to empower you to make an educated decision. Okay. I don't give doctor orders. I empower you with the knowledge and tools you need to make an educated decision. So this new recommendation that passed yesterday is, hey, all the kids 6 and up should have this added to their schedule, and it should be recommended they have it for school added to their school schedule. And what that means is they're saying all kids 6 and it's approved, and they want all the kids 6 months and older to have it for school. Now that's on a federal level. So what that means, I'm going to tell you what that means, is they're saying, listen, this is our recommendation for the children, but each state has to make up their own decision. And the reason I share this with you is this could affect your children, grandchildren, godchildren. So even though the CDC said, hey, we recommend as of yesterday this for all the kids in their schedule for school to go to school, it's on a state level that it needs to be decided on now. So same like with the medical marijuana, right? It was nationally okay, and then it was okay in certain states and not others. So the same thing. So now it's up to the states to decide if they're going to enforce this rule. So each state is individual, and a state might say, listen, we're going to require it. Your kid can't come into the school unless they're up to date with that. And they're going to take it a step further and try to mandate that every single year. Just like they did with the flu one, but mandated. And, that's going to leave, I'm strong on us having choices and options and not dictatorship. And I feel it's not the right of a politician, a state level politician, to decide what's good for every single child in the state based on one criteria, when there's some children that should not have it for certain reasons, right? And I think a politician with no medical science background, no experience in it, is making a choice for every child in the state. And that decision will be superseding any physician decision where the child specialist might say, no, this child shouldn't have it, right? So on a state level, the politician could decide, I'm going to mandate this for the school, and kids can't come into school unless they're up to date with their And that could be this one included, and it could be every single year, like they tried to do with the flu. Um, and the company that manufactures it, their stock jumped today through the roof. And they just mentioned today that they're going to have price hikes because they know it's going to be mandated in the schools. So I would say my piece of advice to you would be to look who you're voting for and see where they truly stand. Sources were saying, I don't know how true the source are, that say, for instance, Hochul was going to require it for everyone, but didn't want that leaked out until after the votes. So the voters didn't know and would still vote for her. So it's important to know who you're voting for, where they stand on all these hot topics. And I think it's important for not to be have a dictatorship, but to have choices and not to have politicians with no medical experience deciding the fate of our children's health over that of our physician or our nurse practitioner. That's all I want to say on that. I help my clients get and stay healthy so they don't need me. There's a lot of doctors and they're not all good and they're not all bad. And I don't want to generalize, but we take a Hippocratic oath to do what's best for the clients. And some, not all, but some doctors and some healthcare facilities would rather keep you sick for repeat business, right? Did you ever wonder why you have to go every month to the doctor? Right? If you're on a blood pressure pill, did that doc ever say, hey, listen, can you drop 10 pounds and watch your salt? Maybe you won't need it. A lot of them won't because they want to keep that repeat business every month. My job is to get you better so you don't ever need me again. So that's where I'm different. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm going to share with you a little bit. I've been trained in alternatives since the 70s when my grandma raised me and my grandpa was a pharmacist. And but I'm also trained traditionally for the past 30 plus years, because I've been a nurse now 30 years and I was trained before that. So I know both and I want to do what's best for you. Sometimes it's traditional and sometimes it's the healthier options, right? And sometimes you need both. So some of my clients come to me because they don't want what a doctor would normally give them, or synthetic, and they want something a healthier option. And then other people, sometimes what I give them is in conjunction with their existing treatments, and they can have the best of both worlds. So I'm not just for alternatives or for traditional. I do what's best for the client. And that's where I differ from a lot. I'm going to tell you why. Sorry. And I'm on a roll here because I've never done this YouTube live before. I'm kind of liking it. I've used several modalities together. We get synergistic results that way. We get better results, better outcomes, and happier clients, right? So I look at the holistic approach, which is whole body, mind, spirit, cellular level, biohacking to activate your genes so your body does what it used to and should be doing so you can feel the way you used to. I use more naturopathy, where if I can use natural occurring ingredients, I will, but I can prescribe medications if I need to. And I use what some providers just say they do functional or integrative, and they don't. I really get to the root cause, and that's known as functional medicine, but a lot of them that use that title really don't. If I get to the root cause of your problem, your health problem, a lot of times that'll stop it from getting worse. How cool is that, right? The prescriptions aren't doing that. So not only can I stop it from getting worse, often I can reverse it. Now, when I reverse it, you get rid of the symptoms. Now, when you don't have the symptoms anymore, you don't need the pills for the symptoms you don't have. And now when you don't need those, then you don't have side effects, you don't have interactions, you don't have dependencies and overdoses. Whoa, what a concept. I've been doing integrative and functional medicine before let's see, integrative and functional. Yeah, before the first school for it existed. I was doing it before the school existed, right? How cool is that? So I use those several modalities together. And some of my clients, I said, use the alternatives instead, healthy options. And some use it in conjunction with what they're doing to get the best of both worlds. Especially I help a lot of cancer patients, autoimmune patients like I had, myself problems with, and a lot of long haulers and the ones that had problems from this. Okay. So I'm going to have a lot of classes, courses, and workshops coming up where I can talk more openly. Okay. And I just want to help you stay healthy. People need to retrain the brain. They're thinking like, oh, how much is it going to cost to stay healthy? No, how much does it cost to stay sick, right? The doctor keeps you coming every month. Then you have two prescriptions from him over the counters. Then if he doesn't make you better, you go to the specialist. Then you go to the ER, which is a high deductible. Then you lose time from work because you're not feeling good. That's a lot of money. It's a lot healthier it's a lot cheaper to stay healthy. So don't ask how much is it to stay healthy. Ask, can you afford to stay sick? Can you afford to stay sick? Can you afford to lose time from work? Right? Can you afford to keep paying those prescriptions 12 times a year? And then how many do you have? And figure out how much money you're really spending for the copays at the doctor, at the specialist, the prescriptions, the over the counters, the lost wages. Add that up. That's a lot more money. So, sorry, I'm rambling here. I'm very passionate about what I do. I want to help you get and stay healthy. Even if you're not local for me, even though I'm based on Long Island, I do a lot of virtual visits like this. And a lot of times it's with the caregiver and not necessarily the patient or the patient and the caregiver. So like if mom has Alzheimer's, I can talk to you and help you help your mom. I'm licensed as an adult and a pediatric. So I see the little kids too. I've been seeing the preemie babies up to the 100+ year old. I have a lot of clients that come to me after they can't get better from the specialist. Then they find out about me. And then their specialists like, whoa, what'd you do? I have to know about this. The specialist, the problem is this, most doctors don't know about what I do because one, it's not taught in medical school. And two is if they have more than a couple years since they graduated medical school, it wasn't these newer technologies were not being utilized then. So they don't know, they're not taught this in medical school. And they probably graduated more than 2 years ago. So the newest technologies they don't know about. So I want to empower not only my clients and my patients to make educated decisions, I would love to empower more healthcare providers because each provider can create that deeper impact in thousands of lives, or not hundreds or thousands of lives, right? So we're creating not this rippling effect, but this massive tidal wave. And when I help healthcare providers and show them how to activate genes and genetic pathways, not only do they have healthier clients that don't need to see them as often, but they get more raving fans who give them more raving fans. So your business booms to a whole new level because now I have clients in different states, countries, and continents that I would have never had if it wasn't for my raving fans. So yes, I lose money on making them better, but I'm winning because I'm happy. I'm content that I'm helping them get better. And then they're each giving me a lot of raving fans that become clients of mine. So in the long run, I'm making more, right? So, we need to retrain our brain. It's cheaper to stay healthier. And healthcare providers, there's a way virtually like this, I can show you how, where you can help others biohack their genetic pathways and their genes to take back the power on the genetic expression. So your clients can feel healthier and happier. And they're not calling you all the time, I'm sick, I'm still sick, now I have a side effect. What's that cost to you? That's going to save you a ton of time from hearing all these complaints of people that are sick, sick again, still sick. That's going to have raving fans. When I was out the other day and I bumped into a client that a year ago, she had stage 4 metastatic cancer. Well, yeah, she had cancer that spread everywhere, inoperable when she first came to me. And when the doctor cut her open, it had spread everywhere. He couldn't take out anything. He just sutured her closed. Normally, in the 30 years of me being a nurse, that person often dies in the first month or two, right? When the doctor opens you up and says, well, I can't even take anything out, it's too far gone. I saw this client a few days ago, a year and change later, and she's healthy. And her doctors at the Sloan, the cancer sector, said her tumor's still shrinking and it reduced 45% so far. And they're still projecting it to continue to shrink as it has been. I mean, how cool is that, right? And that what the difference was activating her genes and her genetic pathway. So her whole body is turning on and off certain switches to do what it used to do and should do. So, that re-energizes us. If you're a healthcare professional and you're burnt out from hearing patients sick and sick again, I love hearing my stories. Man, I got great energy. I feel so much better. I don't need the scripts anymore. I love those stories. I love hearing them say, I haven't felt this good in years. I love hearing them say they haven't felt this good in decades and they're off all the synthetics. I mean, I love that. So, I want to help you if you want to just stay healthy or you're having a health issue and you know what, you're still having symptoms or you're still getting worse and your doctors and you're going to the specialist and you're just left helpless and hopeless like I was. And I should have shared my story with you in the beginning, but I didn't. So basically, if you're still watching, a few years ago, I myself was in full-blown heart failure. I had excruciating joint pain, nerve pain, trigeminal neuralgia, my legs. Um, the meds, they tried getting me hooked on them, right? More meds, more meds. They stopped working. The meds gave me side effects. They gave me an ulcer. They raised my weight, which raised my sugars, my blood pressure, and I wasn't able to function. Since I activated my genes and my genetic pathways, I'm off all those synthetics, all the meds, even the over the counters. I can touch my face. My jaw is still dislocated. I don't have any pain anymore on my joints, my nerves, back to my ideal weight, happier. My sugars are good. My blood pressure is good. I'm functional every day and I'm just happy. And I want to show others, like I was in heart failure. I had autoimmune problems. I don't have any of that anymore. I'm not in heart failure. My last MRI was amazing. My cardiologist was amazing. Now he's a client of mine. I want to show others, especially those with autoimmune problems, others that were left helpless and hopeless by their specialists and their doctors, right? You go to the doctor, he doesn't know what to do. He sends you to the specialist. The specialist doesn't know what to do. You think that's your last stop. No, I see a lot of people, they find out about me after the specialist. And then I educate their specialist so they can help more clients. So there's hope for you. I want to show you there's hope. And that you too, we can stop what's going on. We can often stop it. We can often regress it. We can often get you feeling better, re-energized and happier and not dependent on, what you might be now. So I want to show you that. If you're a burnt out healthcare pro, we need you to create that deeper impact in more people. And it can save you a lot of time where I want to show you that you can create that deeper impact that you were meant to. And then what that'll do is that'll give you back time because you'll do it in less time. So you will have the time to do what Sir Richard Branson said in my recent meeting. He said, live life to the full. So I want to show other healthcare pros that were burnt out that you too can go blissful. You can create that deeper impact that you were meant to in less time so that you can have time to live life to the full and be happy, right? And that's what it's all about. I want to encourage you all. I didn't want to mention this here because it's time sensitive, but this coming Tuesday, October 25, 26, 27, I have a free Burnt Out to Blissful upcoming challenge. You don't have to be in the healthcare industry to get it. I'm going to drop the links below. Your call to action is register for my free. It's the last freebie that I'm giving, the last time I'm doing this, and the last free one. Free Burnt Out to Blissful Challenge, where it's going to be next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, October 25 through 27, 12 to 1 Eastern Time, New York time. It's going to be in a private group. Those that VIP upgrade, the VIP upgrade is worth like $797. It's only $47. You're going to get the Zoom access to be fun, interactive with me. You're going to get an extra power hour each of the 3 days. You're going to get a dashboard with lots of empowering tools like self-help assessments and hacker tracker and biohacking 101 manual. And you're going to get replays of my prior Dream Builder fun interactive workshop to help you level up. And you're going to get replays of the 3 days. So if you can't make the 3 days and you don't want to miss out, $47, you get all 3 days. You can't get a class for that, right? That's cheaper than a lunch or a dinner. So I'll drop the links below. You can invite your friends and family, but they got to register. Just email and first name. And I'll see you there. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're not already, I'll ramble less time next time. And on my website, shaynamelissa.com, SHAYNAMELISSA.com, you'll get a pop-up. Subscribe to my newsletter. I don't give out your emails to anyone else. I rarely send you emails, but you'll get up to date, the newest information and the upcoming events. And the VIP upgrade, well, you'll also get special savings on my third best-selling author, my first best-selling book coming out, Tragedies to Triumphs. So you'll get an opportunity to be a best-selling author in my third book. So that VIP upgrade will give you special savings on that. So you will have the opportunity to become a best-selling published author with me. How cool is that? And the VIPs also get a one-on-one consultation with me in this month, sometime in October, November. So be well, biohack, subscribe, and register in the link I'm going to drop for your free Burnt Out to Blissful challenge. I completed my first YouTube